Ever watched a game and noticed something feels different about the wingers? That classic sight of a player hugging the touchline, bombing down, and whipping in a cross? Yeah, that's becoming a rare species, a footballing dinosaur, if you will. Modern football's tactical landscape has fundamentally reshaped this role. We're seeing a seismic shift, where the old-school wide man is being replaced by something new, something more dynamic. This isn't just a trend, it's a deep-seated tactical evolution, driven by elite managers and changing demands on creativity. So, what was the traditional winger all about? Think speed, directness, and precision. Their primary job was to stretch the opponent's defense wide, receive the ball near the touchline, beat their fullback, and then deliver a pinpoint cross into the penalty area for a striker to attack. It was about creating width, isolating defenders, and providing service. They were often specialists, sometimes less involved in central build-up play, focusing almost exclusively on that wide channel. They were the architects of direct attacks, pure and simple. But here's where the data starts telling a story. Defenses have gotten smarter, more compact, and more organized. They're better at defending crosses, both in terms of aerial duels and zonal marking. The era of a striker easily winning a header from a traditional cross is simply less frequent now. This tactical tightening has significantly impacted the effectiveness of that classic wide delivery, pushing managers to seek alternative routes to goal. It's a clear signal that the old methods just aren't as efficient as they once were. This brings us to the rise of the inside forward. Unlike the traditional winger, these players don't stick rigidly to the touchline. Their preferred movement is to drift infield, into those dangerous half spaces between the opponent's fullback and center back. They're often inverted, meaning a right-footed player plays on the left wing, allowing them to cut onto their stronger foot. This movement allows them to shoot, create passing angles for through balls, or combine with central midfielders and strikers. It's a shift from width to penetration. The half space is a crucial concept here. It's that narrow channel between the wing and the center of the pitch, offering a tactical sweet spot. Why is it so valuable? Because from here, a player has multiple options. They can shoot, deliver a killer pass into the box, or link up with midfielders and fullbacks. It forces defenders into difficult decisions. Do they follow the winger inside, leaving space out wide for an overlapping fullback, or hold their position, giving the inside forward space to operate? It's a strategic nightmare for opponents. And the numbers back this up, showing just how critical these wide central zones have become. We're seeing a significant increase in balls played into the most dangerous areas of the pitch, but not from the byline. Instead, these passes are now predominantly coming from those half spaces, highlighting a deliberate tactical choice to attack the box from more central, congested areas. This allows for better angles, often bypassing the initial defensive line and putting attackers in prime positions to score or assist. It's a game changer. This tactical shift means the ideal physical profile for a wide attacker has changed dramatically. It's no longer just about blistering straight-line speed. Now, players need exceptional agility, the ability to change direction quickly, and burst acceleration over short distances to beat defenders in tight spaces. Strength to hold off challenges while cutting inside, and stamina to contribute to both attack and defense in central areas are paramount. The days of a pure sprint specialist are, for many top teams, behind us. Technically, the demands have also intensified. An inside forward needs elite ball control in congested areas, precise close-range passing, and, crucially, a potent shot. Decision-making is also key, knowing when to shoot, when to pass, or when to dribble. They are secondary playmakers, often having more touches on the ball and dictating play from wider central positions. This requires a broader skill set than the get-to-the-byline and cross specialist. They're becoming football's multi-tool operators, which is wild, by the way. This evolving technical and tactical role is starkly visible when we look at where these wide players are actually touching the ball. They're not just hugging the touchline anymore, they're actively involved in the central attacking phases of play. This indicates a deliberate strategy to draw defenders in, create numerical overloads in the middle, and exploit pockets of space that open up as a result. It's about central involvement, not just peripheral support. The touchline is often just a starting point, not the destination. So, inside forwards aren't just goal scorers, they're vital secondary playmakers. By cutting inside, they occupy defensive midfielders and center backs, creating space for other attacking players or an overlapping fullback. Their ability to deliver a killer pass from a deeper, more central position means they're not just crossing into a crowded box, but instead, slotting through balls or providing intelligent cutbacks. It's about orchestrating attacks from a new vantage point, making them incredibly difficult to mark and contain. The most direct impact of this shift is on goal-scoring opportunities. When an inside forward cuts onto their stronger foot from the half space, they often find themselves in prime shooting positions. These aren't wild shots from acute angles, these are calculated strikes from within or just outside the penalty area, offering a much higher probability of success than a traditional header from a wide cross. It's a more direct and statistically effective route to goal, which explains its prevalence in modern elite football. Managers love efficiency, after all. If the rise of the half-space shot wasn't enough, consider the flip side, the dramatic reduction in goals scored directly from those classic wide crosses. This statistic is perhaps the most telling indicator of the traditional winger's waning influence. It's not that crosses never work, but their effectiveness as a primary goal-scoring method has significantly diminished. This forces teams to find more reliable and impactful ways to break down defenses, and cutting inside is proving to be that solution. The numbers don't lie, folks. So, let's put it side by side. The traditional winger offered natural width, stretched defenses horizontally, and aimed for direct service. They were often about volume of crosses. The inside forward, on the other hand, prioritizes verticality and central penetration. They aim to create shooting opportunities for themselves or intricate link-up play. It's a trade-off between exploiting the flanks to create space in the box, versus creating direct danger from within the half spaces. Both have merits, but modern tactics clearly lean one way. This shift isn't just about the wingers themselves, it profoundly impacts other positions, especially fullbacks. With the inside forward drifting centrally, the touchline becomes available for an overlapping fullback. This creates a new dimension, forcing opponents to cover both the central threat of the inside forward and the wide threat of the fullback. Modern fullbacks are now integral to attack, often providing the traditional crosses that the winger used to deliver, but from much deeper and often more effective positions. It's a symbiotic relationship. Elite managers, the likes of Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, and Julian Nagelsmann, have been instrumental in popularizing and perfecting this tactical approach. They value control, intelligent movement, and creating numerical advantages in crucial zones. The inside forward fits perfectly into systems that aim to dominate possession, press high, and attack with intricate passing patterns rather than relying solely on brute force or isolated wide play. It's about system over individual flair, though individual brilliance in this role is still key, obviously. For young players coming through academies today, the message is clear: diversify your skill set. The specialist touchline hugger might still find a niche in certain systems, but to reach the elite level, a wide player must be adept at operating in central zones, possessing the vision and technical ability to impact play as a secondary playmaker and goal scorer. It's about adapting to the ever-changing demands of the game. Evolution isn't just biological, it's deeply ingrained in the beautiful game, and player development reflects that. The end result of all these shifts is a more integrated, fluid attacking system. Instead of isolated threats on the wings, we now see a coordinated effort to penetrate central areas, creating overloads, quick exchanges, and unpredictable movements. The inside forward is a key cog in this machine, blurring the lines between winger, attacking midfielder, and even secondary striker. It makes defenses incredibly difficult to track and contain, as players are constantly rotating and occupying different zones. It's truly a complex dance. So, is the traditional winger completely extinct? Probably not entirely. There will always be a place for players who can provide genuine width and deliver a perfect cross, especially against teams that defend narrowly. However, their prominence as the primary attacking threat from wide positions has undoubtedly diminished. They are no longer the default option. Instead, they've become a specialized tool, deployed when specific tactical problems arise, rather than the core of a team's attacking philosophy. It's more of a strategic option now. From the touchline to the half-space, the evolution of the winger into the inside forward is a perfect microcosm of modern football's tactical sophistication. It's a shift driven by analytical insights, defensive improvements, and the relentless pursuit of efficiency in attack. This transformation has redefined player profiles, changed how teams build their attacks, and added a layer of tactical richness to the game we all love. The classic winger might be a dying breed, but their evolution has given birth to something even more exciting and complex.